Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. I'm your host, Erik Henriksen, and with me today, once again, is Josh Day and Anthony Shabazz. Guys, I didn't come up with an awesome three name. The triplets? We're not the triplets. What could we be? What's up, guys?
Doing good.
We're doing good. I was trying to think of a three-piece duo.
Ron, Hermione, and Harry?
It could be.
I'm just going off your team name here, Griffin Lindor.
Oh, yeah, Griffin Lindor. Could have been House Griffin Lindor, but I guess Brady House is no longer even remotely fantasy relevant.
Nope. Sent
It
down to the
was
minor
for like 2 weeks. We're like, maybe. No.
Nope. Way too many strikeouts for Brady House. But welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the show. This is our 48th episode, Anthony Rizzo's number, if you will. On this week's show, we have JD has received a trade offer that he teased Anthony and I as we were prepping for the show. And he's like, no. You have to put that in the show. So here we are. We will discuss it live, and you'll get Anthony and I's reaction right here on the pod. And then we're going to talk about... Oh yeah, live reaction. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. We're also gonna talk about if players on bad teams are worth rostering. You know what's not a bad team this year? The Pirates. They're actually not bad. You know another not bad team this year? The White Sox. So we're gonna talk about. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. We're gonna talk about if players are worth rostering if they're on bad teams. Then of course we'll have our final thoughts and looking ahead to next week. As a reminder, we release a brand new episode every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss it. We're available on more podcast platforms than ever before. Oh boy, here we go. Including all the major ones: Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and of course Spreaker. Don't forget, we also have video on YouTube now as well, so you see our beautiful made-for-radio faces for every show on our YouTube channel, Talking Fantasy Baseball. Please subscribe. Leave a 5-star rating and like a thumbs up, a kind review. It goes a long way in helping us out. And if you have a question, leave a comment on the YouTube video and we'll be sure to answer it right here on the pod. Guys, we actually got a comment on Spotify. That's a rare occasion for us. And this listener let us know that he had dropped Jose Altuve 2 weeks ago. And I was just, letting this listener know that we last week we're, going off rostership percentage. So I'm glad that listener was ahead of the curve. So good job to you.
Maybe we should bring them on.
We should.
Guest appearance.
Guest appearance. Why?
Leave a comment. Hear about this. Leave a comment. We'll bring you on the show.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
You can guest chair.
That's dope.
Plug 4.
I love
Bring
that.
it.
I love that. That's a great idea. When we come back, we're going to talk about JD's trade offer live right here on the pod. Anthony and I have no idea what this is. There's only one person on this podcast that knows what this trade is, and it is Mr. Josh Day. So when we come back, we'll hear all about it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. Anthony Shabazz, Josh Day, Erik Henriksen here along with you. This is talking about Josh's trade offer. My mouth almost doesn't want to mouth today. It's going to be bad. I might say some bad things. Let's not say Cam Schlittler's name today.
Don't let me say it.
Okay, so Josh.
Yes.
Tell us all about this trade offer. Look, Anthony is like,
ready.
I am eager. If I go forward anymore, I'm going to be in front of my microphone. You won't be able to hear me, so I'll do this. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so guys, I don't know about you, but I was feeling a little down this week about just kind of the fantasy baseball landscape. I feel like we've kind of done a roller coaster of 2 months of the ups, the downs, like who's getting called up, who's breaking out. Now we kind of see everything seems to be kind of evening out.
Except one thing. One thing isn't happening yet. I mean, that. Still zero. No, I was going to say Ronald Acuna has finally decided to join the 2026 season. Had a great game the other day.
Welcome.
Sock and 2 stolen bases, or what is it? That's like an extra combo meal. What they like, used to call that? On
a sock, and it's like a pair of shoes and socks.
A sock and 2 shoes. So just
a full arsenal.
But you only can have a sock on one
full outfit. That's right. I don't know.
Yeah. So sorry. Continue. Yep. The one thing that really hasn't happened yet is Tatis still
He
0 home
hasn't,
runs.
no home runs. So I was just kind of like, it was a Friday, and in this one league, I'm kind of losing. So I was like, I need, the pod's coming, and then this morning I get a trade offer.
Ooh.
I get excited. I get the notification on my phone. So and so has
It's
sent
always
you a
fun.
trade offer.
Always
Oh,
fun when you get those.
what,
Always
what
fun.
is this? What is this going to be? Open it up. Now this is in our league. I know we were in several leagues, but this is in our 10-team uh, categories league.
Head to head.
Yahoo, head to head, daily transactions. I get offered
Drum roll, please.
Jeremy Pena.
Homered yesterday. We're recording this on Friday, May 29th. He homered on Thursday. Yeah.
Or Kyle Harrison.
I thought it was going to be way more climactic than that. That was so anticlimactic.
Listen to me.
Go ahead. Trade guru, take it away.
Tell him don't piss me off today. That is crazy. Listen, the crazy part is like, listen, I'm big for this on trading. Like, you take somebody who is breaking out. You don't know if that breakout's going to last if you're worried about it, and you trade for something that is set in stone, and you deal with the fallout. I did that with Ellie. I traded Ellie, first round pick, got a top player. It is what it is. Jeremy Pena. Kyle is he's looking incredible. Yeah. Like, how that doesn't make any sense. And that's not a counterable offer. Realistically. Like, you're basically starting a trade from scratch if you were to counter him. Because that's like
yeah. Also, I have I don't need a shortstop per se. Like, I have Connor Griffin, who hasn't been setting the world on fire, but he's been fine. And also,
this is
I have
keeper league. Connor Griffin.
Keeper league. I have Lindor as well. Like, yeah, he's been a bust, but hopefully he'll be back in June.
Yes.
Hey, sir, listen, let me say this again to the trade situation we spoke about. You have to look at the person you're sending an offer to. You know what I mean? Like, Jeremy Pena is nowhere near. If you look at your full roster, he doesn't fit to your roster anywhere. I don't care what position he was. Nobody on your team is better than Jeremy Pena. he can be catcher through outfield, do utility. He would still be. No, that's ridiculous.
Guys, we're only slightly burying the lead on this.
Oh.
Just a little bit. This is the manager who traded for Zach Neto from me for Cam Schlittler. I get the mouth has got to mouth correctly. All right, I had to make sure. So he trades for Zach Neto. He trades me Cam Schlittler in the deal and Dansby Swanson. And at that time, he's asking me if I want either Jeremy Pena or Dansby Swanson. And I take Swanson at the moment because Pena was hurt. Guys, he's still trying to pedal off Jeremy Pena instead of just dropping him.
It's just getting rid of him.
Plus, he has
the only reason he won't drop him, I bet you, is because he drafted him in the 8th round. Drop him. He already had CJ Abrams.
Yep,
right?
He's already got two.
He has Zach Neto now because he traded him, and Miguel Garcia he has with the eligibility if he wanted to pick up a third somewhere or use Akamoto. So I don't really understand why he even made the trade for Neto in the first place. And now, like, you're going to try to get Harrison, which is, but wow.
JD, I would counter this. I would counter if you really are open to giving up Kyle Harrison, which I personally would not do. So this manager is still trying to replace Cam in this equation here.
Yeah.
Why don't you offer him Kyle Harrison for, oh man, he literally, I mean, if you want to go on the Gavin Williams roller coaster, you could do that. I don't think he'd accept that. But why don't you do Kyle Harrison for Zach Neto?
Mm-mm.
You think you? I don't know that he would do that. You think he would do that?
I don't know.
I think he might. I mean, it's possible based off
He's
the
trying
fact
to
that he
correct a
has
mistake.
Abrams.
He's
Does
trying
he
to
have
correct a
Abrams?
mistake. Yeah.
I
The
just
problem, I would, but like, I don't know what it is about this league. Like, we play in much deeper leagues where there's
Yeah.
like somehow there's like pitching available.
Yep.
This league is like there's like nothing. Like
I know.
I am picking up. Like I was looking at Dustin May this morning.
Oh, ew,
mm.
ew,
No, no, no.
ew.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's
Ew,
your
ew,
first.
ew, ew.
That's your knee jerk. But like
I
he's
know. I
giving
know.
you quality starts. Like he's
Right,
finding strikeouts. Like I'm like I don't know. I mean, I picked up Reed Detmers earlier this week.
right.
I think Detmers is going to be better for you in this league because we have
I'm
K
rostering Roki
for 9.
Sasaki.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
look, here's my thing. Is like
So
in general, with Kyle Harrison, it makes no sense. You don't know what his value is. Like you have a full league out there, and someone can give you a much better player, a much better keeper for a much better. You never know. Like someone can give you a legitimate, like a legit asset at pitching that you might feel stronger with. You might get a 2-for-1. That's the thing. Like even that first offer, it has to be good enough to make you move off someone like that instead of
yeah,
just trading to that one manager. Like you can go to Erik, me, whoever, and say, "Hey, what's the value for him? You know, what would you give me for him?" Versus trading for Jeremy Pena. Come on,
Ugh.
it's
Plus,
ridiculous.
Kyle Harrison's been so good.
yeah,
He's very clearly having a breakout season. Everything is screaming breakout for him. And I look at the rest of your roster here. If I'm looking at the back end of your rotation, because you do have Carlos Rodon, you have Chase Burns, you have Framber Valdez, you have Landon Roop, you have Ryan Weathers, Robbie Ray, Roki Sasaki, Reed Detmer, Shane Boz. So I look at this and I go, okay, Sasaki. And Michael Soroka at the top there. Sasaki, Boz. I'm working my way from the bottom up
yeah,
out here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I should say Boz, Sasaki, Detmers, Soroka, Weathers. Kyle Harrison is an established, without the
Yeah.
track record, he is actually one of your 4 best pitchers.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can just trade him away. Definitely not for Jeremy Pena. But I don't
That's a
think you
way.
can just trade him away for anybody other than a pitcher at the moment because you kind of need him,
Yeah.
especially in this
But
league, to be competitive.
the thing is also is like just on the opposite side of it is like there's obviously going to be some regression, right? So like just if you were going to trade him, who right now what could you trade him for? Like who knows? Like you might be able to get like I said, a 2-for-1 with somebody because he's gonna have 4 years of keepers, right? Which is what you will be selling if you were to trade him, which can get you an established pitcher plus a legitimate mid-service pitcher that can probably give you some depth. So it's possible that he can be traded right now, just because also he won't be kept by you most likely anyway. So
No.
I think it's
Ooh, he's
like that.
got Francisco next start June 1st.
Say again.
Well, I'm trying to think like probably a good time to have moved him would have been on like after the May 20th start at
Oh,
Chicago where he struck out 11. No runs scored over 7
I,
innings. Mm,
I don't think it's gonna matter. Honestly, like
no.
if they because I think whoever types his name in right now, they're gonna get rave reviews if they go to look at
yeah.
something. And like I said, you're gonna be able to sell on the fact that he has 4 years right now. Like that,
Yeah.
people will be buying this. You know,
I think my
um,
biggest concern for Harrison is doesn't he he kind of has a could be I mean what pitcher doesn't, but I kind of think he has like a pretty like he has a number of injuries. Like, doesn't he kind of have like an injury history?
I'm not sure
I'm not
about
sure.
that. Um, why don't we do this? Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we will dissect Kyle Harrison
Sure.
and we'll scrutinize him like crazy just to legitimately determine what his value could be in a trade if you were to take the sell high approach. So when we come back, we're going to do that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back into the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. Josh Day, Anthony Shabazz, Erik Hendrickson with you. We are going to dissect Kyle Harrison here because Josh has received a trade offer of someone else's Jeremy Pena for his Kyle Harrison. And we looked at Josh's roster just before the break and we said, okay, here's the deal. He's going to be one of your top 4 pitchers going forward, most likely. So what can you really get for him in a trade? Because pitching is pretty scarce in this particular format. Plus, it's a keeper league, so Harrison would be able to be kept for 4 years at the back end of the draft. So Kyle Harrison, current service level number of 1.57 ERA, and his peripherals look really good. xERA of 3.03, FIP of 2.45, and an xFIP of 3, along with a Sierra, which again is my favorite stat to go off of for pitching as a predictive ERA indicator of 3.0, K per 9 over 10.5. Walks are down to a career low of 2.44. He's just having a phenomenal season. He's having a breakout season. And the last stat I think I want to share with everyone is his swinging strike rate, because that is super important. It's an elite 13.5%. So Kyle Harrison, really valuable. He's only 24 years old. One of the things we brought up before the break was his injury history. Does he have an extensive injury history? And Anthony, what did you find looking that up during the break?
Looks like in 2023 he had like a 7-day IL stint for a hamstring strain, right ankle sprain in 2024, shoulder inflammation in 2024 in September, and then goes to 2026. He had a blister, and then he had suffered like a knee and wrist soreness.
Whoever was playing first base for the Brewers hit him with like 100-mile-an-hour throw right in the kneecap.
And that's
a freak injury. Yeah, and I think he just missed this. I think his start just got delayed. So nothing really super concerning there, other than a little bit of shoulder soreness 2 years ago for Kyle Harrison.
I think for some reason I was thinking of, I also have Ryan Weathers on this team, so I think my mind went there for some reason.
What's an early 20s left-handed pitcher? They kind of look similar too.
Yeah, they kind of.
Put Jackson Holiday on there and Heston Kjerstad, and then you've got quadruplets. Anyway, so what do we think? Because I threw out there for the same manager. I didn't do a wide scope here. I just threw out for this same manager who offered you this ridiculous deal. So silly. That you should counter for Zach Neto if you were to trade away Kyle Harrison. But Anthony, your idea here is that Josh can get maybe 2 pitchers, a good one and a pretty serviceable one that may be able to help out his pitching depth. What do we think Kyle Harrison could go for here, guys?
Let me say this in this league in particular. Yeah. Right? Like, so you have a team here, and I don't think he would do it right now just because of how I know he feels about a player. But like, for instance, like Chris Sale, right? So Chris Sale's older. He has like a round 5 keeper value, right? Just see somebody on that tier plus another serviceable pitcher. I don't know who you would pick, right? I think you can go that route because in our league, the most valuable player is the breakout or the superstar late round keeper. Right now, you don't know if Kyle is going to be a full year stud, right? But we'll treat him as such now, which we have to, right? So do you believe, you don't believe? There's nothing that points that you shouldn't believe in him, right? So anything that people are saying to knock him down is all like surface level stuff, right? Like that you really can't buy into. So in that case, like he's probably more valuable than most pitchers outside of Skeens, Skubal, and Skubal has 1 year left and he's come back from his injury, right? So I think like you can either go pitcher and a hitter, or like I said, you can go 2 pitchers just based off of the keeper value. Like, and everybody keeps pitchers in this league, which is why we have all these other pitchers going in the 5th round or the 6th round. It's like, you know what I mean? Like this is like a heavy pitcher league. And if you look at one of the guys that came into the league this year, he builds his team similar to most people in this league, where he has basically no hitting bench in all pitchers, which is, I won't say his name, but so now we are like at a point now where multiple managers are having this kind of strategy that pitching is just so scarce that I think you can grab that because somebody's going to want to keep that. You know what I mean? Obviously, outside Les Mis, he's not more valuable than him, obviously, but that person won't give him up. But that
No.
guy might take Kyle Harrison to match him up with Les Mis for a pitcher and something else. So I just don't think Neto is like
Man,
enough.
that'd be a good team name. He's missing out. Les
Yeah,
Mis,
Oh,
a musical.
his team
fantastic name.
his team name is a little old school. You know, he likes.
Yeah, I'd say so. A couple decades.
I gotta say, how about you offer Kyle Harrison for Bryce Miller and Max Meyer?
Oh, maybe.
Just making a joke here because we detailed this a few weeks ago that Josh had both of those guys. He dropped both of those guys, and now I have both of those guys. So I just thought that'd be.
So I was thinking about it, Eric,
Yeah.
and I kind of think we did like almost like the equivalent of like the inside the park home run, but with like a trade. It's like an unofficial trade where it's like you drop somebody and then somebody else picks them up and then they drop somebody.
Yeah.
I
Right.
picked you had Ryan Weathers earlier this season. You dropped him. I picked him up. He's been pretty good. So you're welcome.
You guys
Or
remember?
Max Meyer
You
for
guys
Ryan
remember the old
Weathers.
manager? The old manager we had drop him to somebody at 1 a.m. Then his friend picks him up at 1:02. Why is it 1 in the morning? Because everybody's asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had some really fun like manager like shenanigans in the past. Like
we had
where
some
we actually
crazy
had to do some like real like sleuthing.
Oh my God. Yeah, we did. We yeah. Yep. And I mean, what just comes to mind was last year, when we had to let a manager go at the beginning of the season because in 2024 he was quite
Yeah.
disruptive. That manager then tried to co-manage with another OG manager of the league, and they tried to hide it all season, but honestly, they were really terrible at it. So it was so painfully obvious. Yeah, and that other manager, one of the OG managers, is also now no longer in the league because there's like one rule: don't cheat, and if you try, goodbye. So,
but let me ask you this: so, JD, like, were you thinking about trading him before you got the offer, or you just were like, you were just content with it, just keeping him anyway?
I've really been like not like in a trading mindset this
Right.
season, just because like I just feel like I don't quite have like the pieces, so I don't have like the excess to move. And
that's
it's
how I always
like
feel.
it's like I don't have a lot of hitting. Like my hitting's pretty solid for the most part. It could be better, but but I don't have like a bench, so it's like, well, I'm not really going to trade any of those guys. And then it's like, yeah, pitching has just been so scarce that I'm just like holding on to like any like glimmer of hope or breakout. And some have been good and some have been busts, and it's just like earning it. And I just feel like it's like, yeah, realistically, what am I going to trade Harrison for? Like more pitching? Probably not. Maybe like Erik, like I could trade you Harrison for Meyer and sorry, I'm blank, Bryce Miller. It's like, sure, that could be fine. I'd probably strengthen, but it's like, is that really worth it? I don't know.
Yeah, because then
I don't like my idea would be is like you have to go for something is solid.
Is an upgrade.
It's an upgrade. Like you have a pitcher that's like I can plug in and actually be able to play. And unfortunately, the Mariners them boys sniffing on something because they got they got Bryce piggybacking, Luis throwing stuff in the dugout like they struggling.
Yeah, both those guys, by the way, not happy about that situation.
They're not happy. Why would they be? They're sitting back. What are you doing? Yeah, make a decision.
I think they should just be a 6-man or put Castillo in the bullpen because
I don't know if they're gonna do that.
I know. Well, they're gonna mess some stuff up there is what they're doing, or they're just waiting for somebody to get hurt. Yeah. So this manager that sent you this again, ridiculous, Jeremy Pena for your Kyle Harrison offer. Got off to a super hot start to the year.
Oh,
he
he
was
did.
in first place to start the year, and since the fourth week of the season is kind of sunk below 500 since then. Overall, he's still above 500 because of how hot of a start he got off to. But I think you've had a better upswing, JD, than he has.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is a decline on the trade.
Right.
Yeah. And this was not even.
I don't really even see a counter for you because unless, and I say Neto because of keeper. I know the keeper situation in the league, but if I just taking one more look at his roster, if you were to counter him, you don't need Freddie Freeman.
Nope.
You don't need Will Smith.
Mm-mm.
Jordan would be a nice piece, but again, not a keeper, so that's a little bit harder to make a trade for. Plus, he's not going to do Jordan for Kyle Harrison. That's not going to happen.
He's been injured.
Who,
He could be
Jordan?
scared. Yeah, didn't he have like that scare the other day? Jordan Alvarez? He was out.
I don't know. He's the third
No,
overall player in fantasy this year.
He's back though. He missed one game.
No, I know, but he's got quite a checkered history.
He has a
Talk about
really
injury
bad
history.
right.
So
the man knees is like
maybe he's
60-year-old knees. Yeah.
I wonder. Okay, if we were to just do, excuse me, if we were to just do a pitcher counter to him, would you think about Gavin Williams and Jared Jones? I wonder if he would do that, or if he would just go Gavin Williams straight up. I wouldn't do Gavin Williams straight up, but
no, I think I'd stick with Harrison. I'm a little Jared Jones is a little sus to me. I know he's getting like a lot of hype from a lot of podcasts I listen to. And while I think he can have overwhelming stuff as a person that rostered Jared Jones a couple seasons ago when he broke out, I rode that roller coaster and it did not end well. I don't know that. I believe he isn't he mostly just fastball?
Gavin Williams?
No, Jared Jones.
Oh, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he was fastball slider before he got hurt.
He's kind of a two pitch.
Yeah. There wasn't
like he doesn't
really
have like a
third
deep
in the
arsenal, so I think people kind of like figured him out. And he didn't look so great. Because he broke out when Crochet broke out, and I had both. And do your research. You might strike it big.
Hey, but remember that you dropped Crochet when he broke out?
Hey, drop Max Meyer. I like to be charitable. I like to give it back to the league.
Oh, he traded Crochet. He traded Crochet. No, but he also did drop Crochet, and then he picked him back up, and then he traded him away.
He did it with Kurtz too. Then you dropped Kurtz too last year.
No, that wasn't me. I picked up Kurtz.
I thought you picked him up, dropped him, and then went back and got him. No.
No, I dropped him in the Keep Forever
Eric.
League because I had a roster crunch and he wasn't doing anything. And then he ended up on a manager who will never trade him. Never trade him.
You'll never get him back.
So annoying. Anyway.
Actually, I was not a Kurtz believer. And then Erik, you were so like into him that I was like, I guess I'll pick him up. Why not?
You were more in the Soderstrom, weren't you?
Yeah, you were into Soderstrom, JD.
I was, and not no more.
Ooh, by the way, I think might be turning a corner. If you're interested, if Tyler Soderstrom is on your wire, take a look. I do think he might be turning a corner here. Bad ball luck so far for him, which is like 237 BABIP. I think he might be turning things around. Career high walk rate, which is also really nice, and the strikeout rate has been cut again. When you see walks go up and strikeouts go down, I'm going to assume that you're a better hitter than you were the prior year. And the results haven't been there for Soder. I think they're coming. So just throwing that out there.
Did you guys see, by the way, did you guys see that, like, I know Michael Harris the second is making me look terrible, but
No,
did
don't
you did you
worry. There's two
did
halves
you,
to a season.
did you see that he's only I think he's only taken one walk this month?
Wait,
One
what?
what? I didn't see that.
He is aggressive. If I were a pitcher, I would not throw Michael Harris anything close to the strike
Yeah,
zone.
no, I think his walk rate is like crazy low.
It's 3.5%. That's actually up 1 full percentage point from last season.
I was like, whoa.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's
No,
like he's only taken one walk this.
I'm not
Yikes.
buying it. I'm still not buying it from Michael Harris. I
And he only
don't
has
care.
3 steals, which is strange.
Well, because everything he's hitting is currently going over the fence. Hard to steal when you're not on
It's just
first
it's
base.
just like it's like
Yeah.
a herky jerky like profile we're looking at. It's like he's
Yeah.
doing some things you expect and then others not, and then
He's decreased his ground ball percentage. This is Michael Harris we're talking about. And he's
yeah,
got a
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
high home run to fly ball rate, which is a little inflated. So if that comes down, the power is going to start to disappear. His swinging strike rate is actually up from last year. He's making less zone contact. Oh no, I'm sorry. Less contact overall. Zone contact is up about 1%, 1.5%. So he's swinging at more pitches. I didn't think that was possible.
He connecting.
I think Michael Harris is a sell high. And I hope everyone listened to me when I told you not to draft Pete Crow Armstrong.
But yeah,
Because
no one's talking about him.
Right. Yeah. I think because so many people have been like underperforming that people have like let that slip by. But yeah, that was a big one.
Yep. PCA has a 288 BABIP, which is higher than last year's, and his batting average is 224. I just told I this is a sword I will die on, a hill I will die on, whatever idiom you want to say. PCA is not going to be anywhere near worth the pick that you had to pay to get him this year.
Also from the Windy City, would you say that Murakami is this year's PCA for you, Eric?
Yes, 100%. 100%. You want to know why? Because his whiff percentage has actually gotten worse in May. his expected batting average has gone down. He's still making contact and at this is a bit of a tongue twister for me. At an abhorrently low percentage. Okay, that's his contact rate. It's gonna come crashing down at some point. I'm telling you, it's gonna come crashing down. Just sell high on Murakami if you can. There's too many red flags. Okay, we could talk about random players until we're blue in the face, but when we come back, we got to talk about if bad players, and these will be random, if bad players are worth rostering, because there's got to be some sort of hit to their counting stats, especially if you're playing in categories leagues, right, or roto leagues. So when we come back, we'll talk about that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. Erik Henriksen, Anthony Shabazz, Josh Day here with you, talking. Really asking the question: are players on bad teams worth rostering? And I know that's like that may sound pretty trivial. Like, oh yeah, well, why wouldn't they be? Miguel Cabrera was worth rostering when Detroit was terrible, right? Jazz Chisholm was worth rostering on Miami. So was Stanton, right? But are they, Josh? This was a question you posed last week. One thing that you were actually looking forward to, if I'm not mistaken. And so, did you do any research? Did you find anything out?
Well, I think for the most part, the answer is yes. If the talent is there, then it's where they're worth rostering. I think it gets more interesting when you have kind of the more peripheral players, and I think the answer is I didn't really find a concrete answer, but I think it kind of ebbs and flows, and I think actually it kind of gets worse towards the end of seasons when teams just are kind of out of it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of like mailing it in. Uh, I do think like it is interesting like when you start hearing news about like I think there's like bad teams and then there's just like really bad like there's inter team drama going on, like
the Mariners.
this. Well, sure, but like well, also I was gonna say like the Giants this season.
Oof.
Like I've just heard like nothing of like bad stuff in the press about like the makeup of that team.
Mm.
And then you have like Matt Chapman like swearing at like Casey Schmidt on the field. You
Casey
guys didn't hear
Schmidt is
that?
having a phenomenal season. He has
Oh,
been
this
their
was
best
early.
player.
I know, but he was like, this was like earlier. There was like some misplayed ball, and like Matt Chapman's like swearing at, like yelling at, dressing him down during a mound visit.
Like,
You
come
know,
on.
and it's like Matt Chapman's bad, Willie Adames is bad. Like, I don't know. It's just like some of these like peripheral players. It's like, especially in shallower leagues, it's just kind of like I don't know.
Right.
Like I think they're bad, and their counting stats are not going to be great. So, like
Right.
I think in a way it's not like do we roster these players? It's I think like to me I wonder if it influences like when we're kind of having that conversation with ourselves of like are these players worth cutting?
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know, like how much value is this person really going to provide going forward?
Yeah. I think, like you said, like when you talk about the cream of the crop, like they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Granted, like it's certain things that they can't affect, but like batting average, home runs, stolen bases, like all that, just from hitting perspective, that's gonna happen. Pitchers, we will leave that be. Like, but as far as the hitters are concerned, that's gonna happen. I think it when you start looking at it from the perspective of what's around you, it affects, like you said, like mid tier players, right? Like if you're on the Dodgers, you might be like even someone who's like I don't know who to even pick, but like say if Stephen Kwan ended up on the Dodgers, you would assume the runs are just going to be through the roof. Say if he
Right.
decided if they put him at leadoff, right? That'll affect him. But I think it's more of a positive thing for those kind of players than we look at bad teams hurting good players. Like if you are talented, you're going to do what you have to do. J Ram has been in and out of
Right.
mediocrity
Yeah.
teams, and he's just always been solid. It's like, oh, like he might have some different runs or some different RBI, but it usually stays the same, you know. So I don't really think it bothers it that much. But to your point, the other players who aren't all talented and more like a part of the system, that starts to worry you. Like, you know, it's funny you said that about the team chemistry because I didn't even think about that affecting fantasy at all. And we always hear about it after the fact or like once it's already like off
Yeah.
and a lot of turmoil. But I gotta think that definitely affects certain type of things as far as how players are performing. You know.
Yeah, I think I read something. I think it was last year. I mean, I think the Padres are also doing poorly this year, but like last year, I was reading like there was like a bunch of drama in the clubhouse because the team was going to be. I think they were looking like the ownership was looking to sell,
Right.
and that was like affecting Machado and Tatis and like a couple other glue guys. So we'll
I
never
thought that
know.
was that also like attitude though? They were saying like
Yeah, it
it
was
was like
affecting
right,
attitude and
yeah.
like, and then I think you like, it's like if it's someone like Machado, it's like, well, he's like kind of the leader of the clubhouse. So then if he's setting the tone, you get like the younger guys maybe not,
Right.
are, following suit.
If anything that bothers me more than even just the team being bad is starting to understand more about the managing style and like these coaches. Like reading everything about last year
Yeah.
with Juan and being with the Mets. I know that coach left. I forgot the coach's name, but was this like teaching him how to steal more, pushing him to steal more. Like that stuff, I think it affects us in
Yeah.
a positive level, and I gotta think it affects us negative. Like I forgot what happened. Me and Eric was talking about. I think it was Terry Francona. It was one of them, but they just like I forgot what he did, but he just kept like was it Terry? No, it was Kyle Harrison hitting it was Kyle Tucker hitting sixth. Remember like a couple years ago he kept hitting
Oh,
Oh,
sixth?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And you were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
are you it was Ron Washington maybe. He's like, why is he hitting so low? It's
Oh,
like,
no. Yeah.
why
No,
are
it
you
was
doing
whoever
this?
was
I can't remember
managing
who the
the
manager was at the time.
Astros.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like a Hall of Famer.
It wasn't Ron, right? Am I
No, no,
No.
no, no. But it's not AJ Hinch either. It was
Dusty.
after that.
Yeah, Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty.
It was
Yeah,
Dusty.
Dusty Baker. It was like, why are you hitting your best hitter or second best hitter if Jordan was healthy? Why are you hitting him 6th? It made no sense. It
Yep.
drove me nuts. And
I feel like that can affect you a lot more than just like the team being bad, depending on what the decisions are being made.
yeah, it's an interesting thing whether players on bad teams are worth rostering or players on cancerous teams are worth rostering. Casey Schmidt, absolutely worth rostering at the moment. Willie Adames is hot right now. He has a very interesting looking Statcast page. It is a sideways pyramid. I have never seen that where it just goes like this. It is literally an arrow, a greater than arrow sign with launch angle sweet spot being the highest number of all of his little bars there. But yeah, so I think players on bad teams generally will put up numbers anyway because there are guys still on base. What makes the teams bad is not necessarily this one player, but rather everybody else, right? So
Yeah.
if Stanton is on the Marlins, Stanton can still drive in 100 runs because their guys in front of him will still get on base.
Yep.
It's just the guys behind him won't do anything. So it's really just him doing everything. So guys will still put up the numbers, good or bad team. Look at Mike Trout when Mike Trout was healthy. The Angels are perpetually terrible, and he was putting up numbers, right? So,
Right.
yeah, I think they're worth rostering. But maybe guys having down years or something like that on cancerous type teams, maybe be a little hesitant there. Like Willie Adames, for example, I was thinking, oh, well, he's hot. Maybe I'll just stream him in my utility spot. And then I thought better of it because, Matt Chapman might yell at him and then he just won't have it anymore. So, all right. I think we can come to a general consensus here, right? Yep. They're generally worth rostering, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And
I think if the talent level is high enough,
Absolutely.
you might as well.
Right. Top tier cream, rise to the top. Absolutely. Regardless, just pick up a talented player.
yeah, and then hopefully they get traded to a better team. All right. So when we come back, we will give you our final thoughts on what we're looking forward to next week. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talking Fantasy Baseball podcast. Josh Day, Anthony Shabazz, Erik Henriksen here with you, giving you our final thoughts on what we're looking forward to next week. So, who wants to go first? You guys can. You know what I'll do? I'll be
first.
Joker. I'll snap the pool cue in half, and toss it out there. Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first because mine is more of a multi-week thing I'm interested in. And like this Skubal thing about him coming back mid-June is like,
Oh yeah.
I really don't believe baseball injuries as it is because we always hear stuff and it's unlike any other sport is always like gotcha like every single time. If he comes back in June, I'm then like, what is going on with these bodies? Because they said the same thing. I'm not a medical professional. You heard about so many pitchers. You heard it about Hunter, that you hear about him, and then was Snell too with the bodies. Everybody got the bodies.
Hunter Green, Carlos Rodon, and I think there's probably one or two other pitchers too that we just can't think of off the top of our head.
If he's back mid-June, is that 4 or 5 weeks? Like, I'm interested to keep an eye on that and see how that progresses as we get like the small info in on him. Because if he comes back mid-June, that I'm just wondering what's the difference now of this injury as we start to look about this going forward. People dropped him, like the percentage rate started to go down. People were like, "Oh, people probably not in the IL leagues. They're probably like, whatever, what can I do?" And people were thinking it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks. Everybody was saying that that's conservative, that it's impossible. Now, if this is true, that's something that's pretty amazing, or just we don't have enough influence to understand.
Yeah, it's that new procedure, kind of a revolutionary procedure that I wonder, and I said this on the Shallows, I really do wonder if that is a procedure that existed in January and February when guys like Hunter Green went and Spencer Schwellenbach, that's another one, went and had the exact same diagnosis and procedure. Well, not the same procedure, but same thing, loose bodies in the elbow. And I wonder if that is an option for everybody, or if there is a specific kind, like, oh, he's got just like two little things, we just got to clean that up.
Right.
Or if it's the new procedure just wasn't an option in January or February.
Right.
Hurston Waldrep, I think too, was another one for Atlanta. Same as Schwellenbach. So yeah, haven't heard so much about loose bodies and elbows before this year. But yeah, I think Skubal coming back mid-June is just absolutely crazy. And if you were dumb enough to drop him, you're probably not smart enough to listen to the show. So, all
I
right.
also wonder, I wonder if they, quick point, I kind of wonder if they want him back
Trade
soon
him.
because, well, yeah, like
Mhm.
either they want to like save their season or trade him at the deadline because he's pending free agent. Last I checked.
No offense to pitchers in general, but I don't think one pitcher is going to save your season if you are the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, they're not looking good right now.
No.
So yeah, they probably want him back for that or
Yeah.
trading. So
I
Actually, I
get.
think they have the
Hail
worst
Mary.
record in the American League.
Yeah.
I think this
And-
is what happens when an AJ Hinch managed team doesn't bang on a trash can. Burn. Josh, what are you
drop.
looking forward to next week and just looking ahead?
I'm looking forward to Josh Hader returning
Ooh, yep.
to my active lineup. It's so funny. I started the season in our 10 teamer with like 6 closers, and now I only have 2.
Okay, so when I was looking at your roster when we were
It's
talking
crazy.
about these trades, I was like, wait a minute. Is this I'm reading off your pitchers. I'm like, where did all
Yeah.
the relievers go?
I dropped Lucas Urseg
That's
earlier
fine.
this week
And you're about
because
to go Josh Hader.
he was just not very good. And
Josh
he plays
Hader.
for the Royals.
Have you guys noticed that Josh Hader had the longest rehab assignment ever for a relief pitcher? It was like 6 weeks.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know it's 6 weeks.
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. But yeah, I think let's just do really quickly projections for Josh Hader rest of the season. Sub 2.5 ERA, or is he going to be? Is it one of those seasons where he's going to be over 3.5, but he's still going to give you all the Ks in the world? Ant, to you first.
Yeah, 3.2, 3.5, something like that. You know, like I don't know if it's gonna be sub. Honestly, like I'm not sure that Hater still exists. The one that was just kind of like. I mean, I was about to say like Mason, but not like Mason.
Nobody's been
insane,
like Mason.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think it's gonna be there a bunch of Ks. Like it'll be a little more up and down than we used to. Like he might go in a stretch where he like after he kind of gets back in it. Because also like every time I turn around, someone's like, "Man, they're actually killing it in the minors. The rehab assignment was great." It's like, yeah, but that's not the major leagues. Like let him come back here and get this rust off. Garrett Cole been doing great in that type of circumstance, but I think it'll be something like 3.2, 3.5, bunch of Ks. He'll be obviously still a top closer to get you saves. You know, but,
Josh.
Yeah, I think like 3 ERA as would be welcomed, and I am a little down on the Astros this season. I think we've kind of I think they're kind of over the contending hill.
Yeah,
I don't think they were the dominant team they once were.
No. I will say this about Josh Hader. He did give up a bomb to James Tibbs III yesterday. An absolute moonshot. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It is quite impressive from the young James Tibbs III.
Yet the Dodgers are sitting on all their toys.
Yep. Not. Listen, the trade deadline is coming. They will acquire Skubal because they can. I mean, what are the Yankees going to do to offload? They don't need him. I know it's boring, but that's what happens. And Anthony's it's going to happen.
Boring. It's great for the league.
It's like everybody baseball. Well, the Yankees don't need starting pitching.
No, they actually don't for once.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Knock on wood.
They'll go out and get Josh Hader. Pick up that 5-year contract.
They do need bullpen help. They do need bullpen help. That's for sure.
Boy.
Yeah, they really do. I am looking forward to. I was going to say a Fernando Tatis home run, but I am not sure that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm looking forward to maybe Ronald Acuna finally taking off here. Looked really good yesterday. Homer, I think 3 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Ronald, let's get going here. Okay, let's return that first round value that so much of us invested
Yeah,
in you.
Eric,
All right,
hopefully we didn't buy post peak on Acuna and Tatis in that league.
No, I don't think so. I did win with Tatis last year, so
The guy's like probably laughing.
he can laugh all he wants. His team is not that good now.
I think I'm facing him this
Are
week.
you? I lost to him last week, but that team is so mid. Let's see, where is he? For call me maybe. Change your team name. Rafael Furcal retired years ago.
I call him fecal. Fecal me maybe.
Let's see. He's got so this guy used to have, Soto, Trout, Acuna, Tatis. I think there was one other guy, and he just now he's got Soto and Churio and Zach Neto and Lindor and Drake Baldwin.
He kind of pivoted to pitching heavy.
He did.
Because he had no pitching at one point, right? Wasn't this guy with no pitching?
Yeah, no pitching. Yeah. Now he's got Christopher Sanchez and Paul Skeens. So that's kind of what's carrying him at the moment. But you're tied with him, Josh. I wouldn't. You're good. I'm only beating Todd by 1, and that's problematic. That's how bad that team is. Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap it up right there. This was a good show. This was fun.
Felt good.
Yeah, this one felt good. We're gonna wrap it up right there. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Actually, next week's gonna be a little interesting. I may not be on the pod next week, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. To make sure you don't miss it or any episode for that matter, please subscribe. We're available wherever you get your podcast. And again, give us a 5-star rating, like a thumbs up, a kind review. It goes a long way in helping us out. And if you leave a comment on the YouTube video, Josh will personally bring you on the show. It will happen.
One, come all.
FYI, there is someone who does leave a comment every single week.
Ooh.
Shout out to that person. I've seen.
Yeah, I think Pistol RX, I think is his username. I will confirm that right now. Let's just give him a shout out. Yeah, it is Pistol RX.
And if they don't want to come on, they can nominate someone else to come on in their place.
Yeah,
even if they know anything about baseball at all.
I love that. Okay, so Pistol RX, we know you always comment. If someone else beats him or her, don't know, beats them to a comment, please, you will come on the show. So if not, who's getting the invite. All right. So for Josh and Anthony, I'm Erik saying